What if every step your player takes left an epic trail of stones? Today, I'll show you step by step how to create this insane effect using Niagara inside UEFN, and in the end, we'll set it up so it stays attached to the player in-game. To get started, the only two things you'll need are a 3D rock mesh and a sprite to create the smoke effect. And don't worry, both are free to download on my Patreon. The link is right here in the description. Now, the next step is to create a material using the smoke image we have. You just need to make a few simple changes, like I'm showing in the video. If you don't know how to add those nodes to a material, just follow exactly what I'm doing. Right-click to search and add a new node. And don't forget to tweak some settings in the main node too. Don't forget to always keep your files organized. Now it's time to create a Niagara system. In this part, you can choose a template. Go with the fountain preset. Then just name your system and open it up. From this point on, my effect is already created. Now I'm just going to show you the things I changed or added. Pay close attention to every detail so you can make yours exactly like mine. When you open your Niagara system, it will have a default fountain module. Just edit the existing settings inside this module. You can disable, delete, or add things by clicking the green plus button. In this first part of the effect, we're going to learn how to create the main rocks and make them appear in random positions. Once you get through this step, everything else gets way easier. So let's jump into the first stage. Every time I select an option in the module, you'll see all its settings show up on the side in more detail. I'll show you exactly what I changed, and you can go ahead and match the settings to how I set them up in my effect. Some settings will use user parameters. These are super helpful because they let you tweak certain details of the effect without opening the Niagara system. You'll see in the video that I show how to create a user parameter in a really simple way. Then, you just drag it into the setting you want to make customizable. When you add some of these elements, they might look a little different on your screen. But don't worry, I always show you how to get it looking exactly like in the video. Like now with this curve part, it's really easy, but you need to pay attention to get it exactly right. For this last step, you just need to add the rock you downloaded from my Patreon. Just drag it from the content drawer into this slot.
And the first part of the rocks is done. Yeah. Oh my god, that sounded weird, right?
All right, let's stop the madness and move on to the second module. This one will handle spawning the smaller rocks, and it's super simple because it's basically a duplicate of the first module. So just right-click on the first module, select duplicate, and then tweak a few settings. Here we are, moving on to the final settings for the smaller rocks. One very important reminder, if you want to get this VFX, it's also available on my Patreon. By grabbing it there, you're directly supporting my work, and I really appreciate it. But if you can't buy the VFX, no worries. Just leave a like, and I'll still be super grateful for that. And finally, let's move on to the last module, which will generate some smoke along with the trail. This gives the effect an extra touch of detail and makes it look way cooler. To create this last module, instead of duplicating one of the previous ones, I recommend creating a new emitter. So just right-click and choose Add Emitter, then select the fountain preset again. From there, just match the settings to what I'm showing in the video. Here in this part, you need to use that material we created at the beginning of the video. It's important that you drag it into the material slot. Finish setting up the last details, and then you can save and check out the final result.
And then you can check out how all the modules look together. And just look at this. It's insane.
And now for the final step, you need to use the power-up device to link this effect to the player. Just copy these settings to get a solid result. After that, all you have to do is start the game. And that's the final result. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching all the way through.